Uh, Coming now, come on. Time's up. Time's up.
Hello, everybody, and thank you guys for joining us again. We appreciate everybody coming back, joining us over here on Planet Variphy. Jeff, happy holidays, man! We made it. We made it through another year. We made it through Christmas. We made it through New Year's. And my biggest thing is, as I was opening presents with my kids, as I was enjoying Christmas with my family, it was wondering how many laptops you have to fix this year.
Yeah, no, good call. Yeah, so made it into 2022. Happily, I came through with no additional laptops to fix. I maybe not so politely returned the one that I was given at Thanksgiving
I
to
was
my
kind of
niece.
curious. I was curious how that went.
Yeah, no, I don't know what was going on with it. I'm not a computer technician. Like the monitor wouldn't work. I don't know how to fix that. So, yeah, she was over for New Year's, and I said, Jessica, I don't know how to fix this. Could you just please take your 10-year-old laptop back because I'm not going to be able to fix this, and you can buy a new one for probably like $400. And her response is, "Well, I was just going to use it to look at the internet anyway."
Thank you for spending your time
Yes, yes.
so you can browse the
So
internet.
yeah, so you've got a phone. I know for a fact that there are two iPads in her house. Like you can't just use that to look at the internet. So no, but one thing to add to that. So this year we did a kind of gag gift between people, right? We picked the names and
Okay,
supposed to
like
be
a
under.
white elephant, like get rid of something that you don't want type of thing, or
Yeah, it was kind of wide open. We didn't do the stealing thing.
okay,
Um,
okay.
but it was just, my daughter's 12 and she's like, "Hey, can we do this? This might be fun." So we all throw in. So my other niece, and nobody knew who had who.
Okay.
Um, so my other niece got me. And on top of all of the, hey, can you fix, my phone? Can you fix our Wi-Fi? Can you fix my internet? Um, so they ironically still get the physical newspaper.
Wow.
I know there's some people here at our organization that do. I won't call them out blatantly on the podcast, but um, I think we all know who those people are here internally at Verify. But they still get a physical paper. And sometime after she picked my name at Thanksgiving, there was a little cartoon about taking your stuff to the family IT guy and having it fixed. So I don't know how those stars align. She actually cut it out. I don't have it here. She actually cut it out and put it into a frame for me. So that was my gift.
That's
So it's
awesome.
it's prominently displayed in our living room, on the kind of hutch thing by the TV. So, but no, I made it through unscathed without any additional electronic devices in my house to fix.
Excellent. Excellent. That's good. That's a good holiday, man. That's a good holiday. One thing I do notice there, though, looking behind you, where's the fluffy bunny?
Uh, you know, I don't know where it's at. So again, this is kind of my daughter's room for her doing homework and that kind of thing. And the fluffy bunny back there was kind of the joke after the first episode. And I don't know where it went.
Hey,
Um, we have a donation thing coming up, so I don't. Maybe my 12-year-old decided she didn't need a little fluffy bunny keychain anymore. But I'll have to ask her because I don't want to throw you off
you are.
without the
It's
without the
kind of throwing
keychain.
me off a little bit, man, because that's usually when we get on. It's the first thing I look at is just to make sure that the fluffy bunny is there. So
Yeah, I guess we're pretty deep into the hockey season, so maybe she wanted to uncover some of her St. Louis Blues stuff back
there
there.
you go.
Um,
There you
I,
go.
I do have this looking at her desk, and if she walks in here, she's
Oh, I'm
gonna be
sure she's
super
gonna love
mad.
this.
It is a
Aw,
little seal, or a little sea
aw.
lion, I guess it is. But that's tucked over here behind the monitor. So if I stick a pin in that and put it up there, probably won't go too well with my daughter. So um, But yeah, I don't know, man. I'll have to ask her where that ended up. It could be across the hall in her bedroom or somewhere else, but I sure don't see it anywhere.
All right, but not to derail it, man. It's like I said, it was one of those things. I noticed it was missing. So all in all, good holidays. No, nothing new to repair. Do you guys do like a big family thing? Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah, so we had what about 8 people over for Christmas.
Okay.
Trying to keep it small, trying to keep it. You know, we had some people pop up and maybe thought that they had colds or some other stuff, so they didn't
Oh yeah.
come. But everybody's okay. And then, yeah,
Good.
our New Year's has changed a little bit. As I mentioned, a couple of my nieces are getting older and they don't want to hang out with Aunt Sarah and Uncle Jeff and their mom and dad, and they want to go hang out with their friends. But yeah, it was low key, but still went until I don't know, probably 2 o'clock in the morning, which I'm far too old for at this point. But what about you? What'd you have going on?
It was good, man. It was good. Holidays were great. Christmas. My kids are still little, dude. So Christmas, man, is one of those. That's like the time of the year that, like, my favorite holiday is Halloween, but my favorite holiday is watching my kids just blow up with the idea of Christmas and running downstairs and seeing all the gifts from Santa and the toys. So
Yep.
it was good. It was low key. We had kids opened up, went nuts, had a good time. A lot of family came over, so it was nothing huge, probably a little over 10 people.
Yeah.
We do kind of the traditional, turkey and, mashed potatoes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
cocktails, of course.
Thanksgiving all over again.
It is. It's kind of like Thanksgiving all over again. Yeah, exactly. So it was a good time. And then New Year's, man, like you said, dude, I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old because, New Year's was super low key for me. And then, with everything going on in the world right now, like a lot of my friends, everybody's got kids, everybody's, parents are getting older. So everybody's a little bit more cautious of what's going on. So,
Yep.
just wasn't a whole lot, man. It was low key. I'll be honest, man. I was lucky I was even up at midnight. Like any day of the week, like 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm usually up. But for something like New Year's rolls around, I'm like, man, is it bedtime yet? And it's like 11:30.
Yeah,
I
it's
was like, oh
overrated.
God.
It's overrated. I've seen the people in New Orleans and New York and Los
Right?
Angeles and all the places do their thing so many times.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But it was good, man. I mean, all in all, despite everything going on, it was a good 2021. The world's in upheaval, everything's in turmoil, but you know what? It's nice to be around family. It's nice to be able to enjoy the holidays, just kind of see everybody and just enjoy the time that you got, man.
Yep, absolutely. So both of your children are what you said, under 10?
Yeah, so yeah, 8 and 5, 8 and 5. So my
Yep.
my daughter's 8, my youngest is 5. So we're at that age, we're right on that cusp. Speaking of kids, like the other thing is just yesterday, my son lost his first tooth. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that like at that age you're like, oh, that's awesome. And he was like, oh, you proud of me, Dad? I was like, yes, I am, dude.
Did you get to pull it out or anything? Did you get?
He did, and I think that was like his greatest moment. Like he was just like, he was like, oh, you just pulled out my tooth. And like you just see his face kind of light up. He's like, I just did that,
Yeah. My
So,
my daughter did not hold that trust in me at all. Whenever she had loose teeth, it was like I would like. I mean, every parent has seen this. The tooth just hanging
hang.
on, and it's like,
Yep.
let me just poop. It'll be out. But gone. And I mean, she's swinging. There's no way I'm getting within 2 or 3 feet of her face to pop that thing out. And then
Yep.
I'm seeing my friends are like, hey, my son, and again, I have a daughter, so a little different personalities, I think, at that age with boys and girls. Um, but I got my buddy who's going, yeah, my son let me tie a string to it with a Nerf. And like I shot it and it pulled the tooth. And I'm like, there is nothing like that happening here. I've got someone that won't let me come in the room when there's a loose tooth, and you've got a Nerf gun and you're pulling teeth out of the head with that.
Dude,
Which
that's a great idea, dude. I think I'm
yeah,
gonna have to try that next tooth, man. That's a great idea because now we're at we've hit that age. The first tooth is gone, so now it's just gonna be that domino effect where one comes right after the other.
yeah,
Then
yeah,
we'll get a
yeah.
couple year lull. But I like the Nerf idea, man. I might have to give that a shot.
Yeah, I pulled the video or it didn't happen move, and he didn't send me a video, but I've known this guy for I don't 30 30-ish years, so
Okay,
I'm
okay.
gonna take his word for it that it actually did happen. But yeah, no. So holidays. So we talked before about cocktails that you like to do for the holidays, and you
Oh
usually
man,
pick one.
what cocktail
Did
don't I like to do, Jeff?
Yeah, yeah. Did you come up with a signature one this year
So you know
and
what?
push
I don't
it?
know, dude. I wouldn't say signature cocktail, and I probably could have made these in bulk after talking to some people, but I ended up doing Ramos Gin Fizzes for everybody. Um, so anybody that's had a Ramos knows that there's a lot of shaking involved in a Ramos Gin Fizz. I think technically the way they're supposed to be made, you're supposed to shake them for like 15 minutes, man. Like it's ungodly, dude. So we ended up doing that. Went over really well. And it can't. If you've never had one, you've got to try it. Google the recipe. I'll throw it out on Planet if I haven't done so already. But I'll throw that out on Planet under the Cantina section. It's a fantastic drink. It's a little bit of sour, a little bit of sweet. You can kind of customize it. But it went over well. But like I said, it was a lot of shaking. You know, when you're
Yeah,
trying to make the mashed potatoes, you're trying to make all the turkey and all the fixings, and then at the same time you're trying to shake a bunch of Ramos Gin Fizzes because everybody wants another one. Gets a
you
little
gotta get
busy
the
at times, but
you gotta get the 5-year-old and the 8-year-old involved. I mean, I don't like
yeah.
no judging, but hey kids, can you guys shake this for a few minutes? And
Well, what actually worked out really well is, my 5 and 8-year-old took my sister and her boyfriend upstairs to go play with them for like 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's like babysitter, you know? So I'd yell up. I was like, hey, how's everybody doing up there? And I'd hear like the kids go, everybody's good. And like at the same time, my sister's a couple years older than me. At the same time, like I know she just wants to get out of that bedroom and come downstairs and have a cocktail. But I'm
yeah,
like, all right, you guys have a good time. Keep up the good work.
yep. See you later. I'm gonna go sit
Yep.
outside and relax, get some fresh air.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
Yeah,
But yeah,
my
so that's what we ended up doing for cocktail hour anyway.
I got you. Yeah, as we've talked before, I'm more of a beer guy. I don't do
Yep.
too many mixed drinks,
Yep.
but my wife put together. She typically does margaritas,
Okay.
and she did a cranberry margarita this time.
Ooh.
But I mean, there was some other stuff. Again, I was just standing there cooking something as she's mixing this huge pitcher of stuff together. Um, but seemed to be a success. I can also post something out there on Planet for. I think it was one of those. It was just a nice change from,
Yep.
she doesn't do like the blueberry and all that crazy stuff whenever we see the Mexican restaurants, right? They got a menu this long
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
margaritas.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
she's like, can I just have a margarita on the rocks, no salt? That's all I want. And it's, well,
That
do you want peach? Do you want blueberry? No, just lime, just lime. So
Dude,
I'll
it's
have to see
hard
what
to
she
get a
does.
margarita like that nowadays, man. It really is, dude. Like I've gone to plenty of restaurants and I'm just like, no, dude, I just want a margarita with lime, salt, and tequila. I'm like,
Yeah,
just make a normal margarita. They're like, oh, we got mix, and I was like, I don't want the mix.
yeah, yeah. I we'll jump into this at some point here, but I bartended for a number of years, and
Ah,
I will say that a lot of the stuff that I've heard you come up with, if you ordered at any of the restaurants I worked at, I'd be like, yeah, we don't have that. Now, bartending does seem to have changed with all the people with the simple syrups and all that stuff. But yeah, I bartended for a few years, and again, that could be a whole podcast in itself. Working in the restaurants and working for full-blooded Sicilians, and yeah, it was. There were some interesting times, but that's for another time, I think.
we'll get
Oh,
back to
so
that.
yeah, yeah.
A
So,
topic
so
for another day.
yeah, exactly. So as we're into January, the other big passion that starts to happen this time of year is
Oh, here we
NFL
go.
NFL playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
and there's a lot of internally with instant messaging and some of the applications we use, the trash talk, has starting to ramp up between different employees who have different loyalties based on some of these matchups coming up this weekend. So what do we start on? Yes, we got Saturday, Sunday games,
Yep.
and you know what? It looks like Monday also. I didn't remember him doing it on Monday.
What do we got here?
Yeah, it's looking like I should probably let my wife know it probably 3:30 on Saturday. I'm probably going to be out of commission for the rest of the weekend. We'll see how that goes. I'll report back on that.
We do, man. We've got some interesting games, man, and there's a lot of games. These are going to be some good playoffs, man. They really are. It's going to be interesting to see how some of these upsets handle the playoff games. How do some of the expected champs end up going forward? But I am intrigued for the next coming days going on here.
So out of curiosity, and I don't think that I've divulged my team that I root for. Maybe I have at some point, but. You are, correct me if I'm wrong, Bears fan?
Yeah. I'm going to put the paper bag on my head right now.
Well, look, you guys have cleaned house, right? I think they fired everybody.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, look, man, we fire people all the time. It's ridiculous. The problem is it's never getting any better. It's we're like the Cubs of football.
Well, I had. So I'm, as you know, I'm in St. Louis, and obviously we had the Rams here, and we had a couple good years with the Rams, and then we had a whole lot of bad years with the Rams, and then again, this could be its own podcast too, but Stan Kroenke moves the team, and it is what it is, right? And then they're like 12-4 every year, but that's a whole different thing. I've seen the. Unfortunately, we did a number of years with the head coach who was, 7-8 every year, or 8-8, or whatever. I mean, it was just miserable. So, I get it, and then people want to complain about fans not showing up, and it's like. This is like 6 years of a losing 6, 7, 8 years of a losing record. How much do I have to deal with, right?
Right. Yeah, and I mean that's being look, everybody's got their sports, everybody's got their teams that are it's just like, really, why do we even bother coming? But when you stop and you look at, especially with football, man, I mean the thing that really gets me going about football is there's not a lot of it. I mean, it's, you look at hockey, there's a lot of games. Basketball, there's a lot of games. Baseball, there's a lot of games. You get football, it's not a lot of games, man. Every single one of them does count. And then when your team sucks, it's like, God damn it, I waited all year for this. And it's like, it's so disappointing, man. It is. That's the worst part about it. Cause then you start looking at the season and by the first 3 games, you're going, oh Christ, here we go.
Here we go again.
And it's just like, yes, here we go. I got to wait a year. We're making moves. We're picking up people. And whether you agree with it, don't agree with it, you're waiting to see what's going to happen. Then in that first 3 games, you see what's going to happen. You're like, crap.
Yeah. So out of curiosity, and we'll talk about these games. And I mean, what? Sure. Figure we'll make some picks here maybe and see how we turn out on the next one. But I mean, so I root for the Cowboys. I have been a Cowboys fan for a number of years, and please trust me, I understand that that's polarizing to some people. So I have the Cowboys in the playoffs. Who do you root for, or who would you like to see in the Super Bowl, given that the Bears are not in it? And I know there's no way you're going to say Green Bay, right?
No, there's absolutely no way I will be saying Green Bay. There's no way. I'd like to see the Bills. I'd like to see the Bills go. I'd like to see the Bills go all the way. I think they put up good numbers. I think they deserve it. I'd like to see the Bills go all the way. Aside from the Bills going all the way, I mean, there's there's quite a few teams. That's what makes this a really good playoff seed. There's quite a few teams that haven't been contenders for quite a while. And I'm talking like bottom, okay, not as bad, but like not very high up there. Lucky to be in the playoffs. If you look back at the last 2 or 3 years, like Bengals are another one, man, have not been doing very well. And then now, you know what? We're up in the playoffs. And so there's a lot of good teams. But I would say if I had to pick another team besides the Bills, man, I hate to say it, dude, and I'm not a bandwagon jumper because I've never been a huge fan, but I'd love to see Brady win another one, man. I would. I'd love to see the guy win another one. To me, like, I don't know, dude. Like, look, I was never a huge Brady fan. I wasn't. But you know what? He did it in New England, and then he came to Tampa, and he did it again. There's something about that guy that screams pretty goddamn decent football player. So I would say if it wasn't the Bills, I would probably have to go with Tampa.
The disgust that I just felt when you said that is the only way that it could play out worse. Again, as a Cowboys fan, and no offense to fans of this team, the only thing that could be worse for me than Brady winning the Super Bowl again is for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
that's purely as a Cowboys fan. Again. But I've certainly dealt with my okay, we're in the playoffs. Let's get past the first game, and historically that hasn't happened for us a lot lately. So yes, if I remove the Cowboys out, man, I heard a crazy stat, and hopefully I'm quoting this correctly, but I think it was in the last 2 years the Bengals had like 6 combined wins or something like that.
Yeah, man, like that's what I mean. Dude, how cool would it be for the Bengals to go all the way? I mean, because they're, look, when you say bottom of the barrel, they have not been up there the last few years. So,
and they've got, and I don't do much college football really at all, but my father got a PhD from LSU. My brother went to LSU. My dad taught at LSU. The Bengals got a couple of LSU guys. So, if I had to pick one, I'm going with the Bengals. That'll make a couple people of our coworkers happy to hear.
We do. We've got a Bengals fan or two.
Yeah. Bengals Cowboys. That's cool, and I hope the Cowboys crush them. But again, I don't get my hopes up too high. Heart's been broken many times in the playoffs. Or missing, the playoffs by like one game because some random team in the league didn't lose. But yes, that's what I'm looking forward to. So yes, I will. I believe my wife does know that the game is on Sunday afternoon, but I should probably alert her that I will.
Just make sure she's. I'll
be also out of commission on Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. So. And then, of course, again, being from St. Louis, I always hope for a Rams loss. But again, that's just my personal feeling.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. I would love to see it. That's one of those teams that, like, again, that's like the underdog that you root for, man. You kind of have to. But yeah, like I said, Bills. I'd love to see Buffalo go all the way. I'd love to see. I'd love to see Buffalo take out New England this weekend. I think that'd be awesome. It's just kind of a little slap in the face there, I guess. But it'd be great to see those guys advance. Like I said, man, I've never been on the Brady bandwagon. I'm still not on the Brady bandwagon, but the guy is doing something right, man. And that's why I said, but I also at the same time, I want to see the guy retire. I want to see the guy, I want to see him be done. So somebody else has, the opportunity to really just join that ladder and climb that ladder. There's a lot of good quarterbacks out there, but you know what? One of the things you are seeing, you're starting to see that turnover with quarterbacks. You got Big Ben saying, I think what he's saying, he's going to retire. Rodgers has got to be right around the corner. You're starting to see some of those other quarterbacks getting to that age where, those hits are going to really start impacting their life more than just their career.
Oh, yeah. What, real quick, how much do you think the NFL would love a Tampa Bay New England
Oh
Super
God.
Bowl?
Oh man, that would
Brady
be.
versus
Oh.
Belichick. I don't
Oh.
look, I'm not crazy. I don't foresee there's some pretty damn good teams in the AFC side. I don't
Yeah.
foresee New England tromping through.
Yeah.
But what would the news story look like if that
Oh
was the Super
man,
Bowl?
dude, could you imagine that? Like that would be crazy.
Yeah. My gut tells me, and again, I said who I would like to see win.
Yeah. Yep.
My
Yep.
gut tells me, man, Green Bay's just so good.
Ah, God, dude. As much as I don't want to hear it, dude,
Yeah.
you're right. They've got a solid team. They've got a solid team behind Rodgers.
It's got to be the man bun. It's got to be the bun. That's he's drawing some powers from that.
So yeah, that's gonna be it'll be interesting, man. I don't see them getting upset. At least definitely not throughout this playoffs going on here. I see them going all the way to the end, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see what shakes out this week because where do they go? It'll be interesting to see who they're up against next week.
Yeah, it'll be all that weird seeding stuff, right? So they'll play the lowest, or I guess it would be the highest seed. So if 7 and 6 or 7 and 5 are left, they'll play number 7 or whatever.
Right.
So
right.
which I assume would be what I'm looking at here doesn't have the seedings, but I'm assuming that's the Steelers. But maybe not. Who knows?
Time's up.
All right, so why don't we do some picks here? Make this a little fun.
All right.
See
All
how
right.
this
Here
how this plays
we
out.
go.
See if we have a future with a sports network or not. Maybe a betting book or. All right, so
that'd be sweet, man.
We've got Las Vegas and Cincinnati. Who are you picking?
All right. I am gonna pick. Are we doing over under?
No, we're not playing spreads. What are we, professionals here? No, just straight up.
All right, straight up. Okay. Las Vegas, Cincinnati. I'm going Cincinnati, just because I really want them to take it, and I think Vegas kind of squeaked in there. So.
Yep. All right. I too am going with Cincinnati. If we pick all the same ones the whole way down, no matter what,
I know. You know what? This is going to happen too because
one.
I'm already looking at the games and I'm like, I think we might have the same games.
Yeah,
I
mean, one of us has to win here, right? I mean, we can't. I don't know what we're going to do if we're tied.
You know what? I see one game. I know that we're going to be picking different here. So all right.
Oh, don't do it, dude. All right. Next game, New England and Buffalo.
I already told you where my loyalties lie for this bowl, so I'm going Buffalo.
Yep. I as much as I would like to pick New England to spite some of the people that I work with, I don't think that is the right pick. So I too am Buffalo. Third game. So now we're into the Sunday games. Philadelphia and Tampa.
Oh, man, I don't know if Philadelphia's got a chance, man. I'm going Tampa all the way.
I, too, am going with Tampa.
Oh, boy, yeah, dude. All right.
I'm just going to start picking opposites.
I bet you we're looking at the
I'm
same...
picking opposites because I don't know what you're going to pick there. All
right, here it is. I actually think you're talking about San Francisco, Dallas.
Yeah.
And I think San Francisco is going to go ahead and beat Dallas.
Vic, I'm going to see if we can swap out podcast partners here.
Like I said, I think this is going to be our tiebreaker here.
Downright offensive.
We'll see. I think this is going to be our tiebreaker here.
Downright offensive. They're televising this game. I'm looking at. They're televising it on Nickelodeon. I don't know what that is. I mean, I think they've done it before, right? But I've actually never seen it. I don't need the Cowboys game being the joke. Like, are they going to put like slime on the screen? Like, it's too much. I'm already getting anxiety about it. I am going with Dallas here.
Yep.
All right. Next game, Pittsburgh and Kansas City.
I've got to take KC on this one. I just don't think Pittsburgh's got it in them anymore, man. I think they've as much as I hate to say it, I think they had their time. I think it's the Bengals' time to run that AFC. So I think I don't think the Steelers are going to take it this time.
All right, and the last one again, the Monday night game. We have Arizona and LA.
We do. I actually, you know what? What is your opinion on this one? I'd like
Arizona.
to hear what you've got to say. Yeah.
I again, just because of my my previous St. Louis Rams fanship, there is absolutely no way that I would pick the Rams to go anywhere other than to have a losing game here against Arizona. Now, Dallas did lose to Arizona by a couple points, but the St. Louis Rams, LA Rams, that runs way deeper than the game a couple weeks ago. So I have to. My heart tells me it has to be Arizona. Even though they're a former St. Louis team too, so maybe I don't want either of them to win.
They are a former St. Louis team,
yeah,
so that's like St.
know.
Louis for St. Louis for you, man.
Yeah, before somebody calls that out, I mean, maybe I shouldn't just watch football anymore. I don't know.
So you know what, we're going to differ on too. I understand why you went with that. Although I think the Rams are going to go ahead and take and overcome St. Louis or Arizona. I mean, now you got me on the St. Louis kick.
Yeah.
But I do think we're going to differ on that one too. So
yeah, so let me be clear, and this is my caveat and my cheater way out, I guess. I am picking Arizona. I want Arizona to win. I don't really think Arizona's going to win, but I want them to. So there's my cheater way out when all of my picks are bad. I can go, well, I mean, I did say that I thought LA.
I didn't think they were gonna win.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to jump on here and after these games, maybe next week we jump on and do a quick. Hopefully one of us can razz the other one a little bit, and we'll take a look at the following matchups and throw something together.
All right, man, that's a deal, dude. I'm all for it. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think our biggest differentiator here is definitely going to be the Tampa game there, man. I don't know, or I'm sorry, the Dallas game, San Francisco game. So it'll be interesting, man. I think that's going to be a good game. But look, overall, I mean, I think this is a great playoff weekend we're rolling into. The playoffs are just solid, man. It is. It's a solid year. You've got some underdogs in there that have not been this far. It's going to be interesting to see how those guys perform, not having been in this situation for years. So looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Well, we will thank everybody for joining us. We know this was a little different, but, coming out of the holidays and getting into the football stuff, right? I am, if you couldn't tell, very passionate about football. So we just kind of wanted to do something different, something a little lighter. So, again, check everything out on Planet Podcast. We did have that 12.4 release. That's out there under the What's New section. You can see some stuff available for download for everybody. So, go ahead and hop over to that after you watch the podcast. Get systems upgraded, access to new features, and we will be back. I guess I think we probably should throw something quick together after these games. Just kind of keep the picks going, and maybe we'll do a tally here, and maybe we can come up with something. I don't even know if I want to say that, but something kind of crazy for one of us to do here. As the why don't we'll take this offline and we'll figure something out in the background.
All right, I'm down, dude. I'm down. I like it.
We gotta get the Bean Boozled thing. That's been a verified thing before. Anyhow, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. And we will be back for a quick shout following these games and with some other picks.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Time's up.